Showtime. Bitcoin moneymaker. Every angle to get in the crypto game. Welcome to all my fellow Bitcoin monkeys. In honor of all the YouTube hacks yesterday that stole all that money from their wallets, especially a lot of the lending guys that are into Bitconnect and stuff like that, I am showing off some quick Black Friday sales. This is the time to get secure with our security song. Use Nord, use TREZOR, use Ledger, use a hardware wallet, use Brave, Proton Mail. Just use all of these. And so here's a couple quick ones that you can run through. These links are all in the description in the top comment. There's Nord right here. It has 77% off for a 3-year deal, so it's only $275 a month, which is super cheap. I think I pay like 5 or 6, and this is one of the top rated VPNs. It's really easy to use. I like it. You can go to any country easily. Next one is TREZOR. They have a 3-for-2 deal, and the reason you'd ever want more than one is one, to just split up your funds. I think I plan on putting only like so much money on each wallet and splitting up the wallets, putting them in different banks, different places in my house, wherever, just spreading them out so not everything is on one wallet, and having a backup one, because the way it works with a hardware wallet is if yours is stolen, the person has to figure out the PIN, and every time they guess the PIN wrong, that timer gets longer and longer. So in the time that they have to guess your PIN, which is hopefully like 8, 9, 10 digits, you can fire up your new TREZOR, wipe it clean, put in your secret password phrase, and move it to a new wallet before the thief can. So it's always good to have a backup one in case you need to quickly move funds off. So they have that deal. Ledger has 21% off their main product, the NANO S, worth checking out. HASHFLARE for mining, 75% off contract. That's really great because I'm going to show you guys at the end of the video, I'm still getting above 100% return in Bitcoin for a year-long lease, which beats the hell out of margin lending, which the best I think you can get is on Bitfinex at 7% a year, which has had all those problems. And it's on an exchange where it can get hacked easier. I feel like mining places, cloud mining, are less likely to get targeted by hackers than the exchanges, where there's way more volume. And again, I'm still reading The Hedge Fund Edge, which is a book. And like I said, I went on Quora. I just looked for books on hedge funds and swing trading, and there was a whole list, so I'm going to go through as many as I can. But a lot of this ends up being common sense and stuff I've already used from seeing really good people on Twitter, really good traders, and stuff like the relative strength index has been the best proven indicator as far as accuracy. But it just teaches you not to stay wed to any market, to any currency, to have a very macro view and try to limit your risk and maximize your rewards. So, and always to look to make profit. Don't settle for a bad bag. So I keep delving into this. I think I only got 15 pages today for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. The reading is just really dense. I also learned some new indicators I wanted to go over with you guys. So looking at the markets, I saw 2 new indicators. I saw this on YouTube. I think it's called the perfect stock ticker. Maybe in another video I'll introduce it. But there's 2 really, really good indicators here. And that's I think it's the ultimate oscillator and the slow stochastic. The slow stochastic is for measuring overbought and oversold for a tight timeline. I would think from when I watched the video, it's kind of like the hour time interval, or maybe 12-hour or less, or maybe even the day, where you're just trying to see overbought and oversold on a shorter time frame. So that's useful, along with, I've already been using the Bollinger Bands. So as long as you can see as it coils, then it's usually ready for action. And once it breaks out, that's a significant breakout. It usually bounces off the bands that are, I think, 2 sigma standard deviations away from the mean, and that just mathematically, usually it bounces towards the center if it goes that far away. And this one's a little bit more complicated, the ultimate oscillator. I think it was invented by a guy in, I think, the 70s, Larry Willers. I can bring that back in another video, but it's all about divergence. So when you have a divergence from the price action, you look at these peaks and valleys and you see if a low is a low before a peak is lower or higher than the next low. So it's a little complicated. I'm still learning it, but this guy that researched this in the 70s says it's it's more accurate than a lot of the classics like the stochastic. So I'm interested in learning more about this indicator, and I think I saw it on Crypto Rand's one of his tweets, and he's becoming really popular on Twitter for posting charts, and his name is Crypto Rand. So going over the market really quick, Bitcoin's fallen to 8,000. I think it fell below to 70. What do we got here? 78, 7,800 almost, and bounced up right away. I just don't have the feeling like there's going to be an extended bear market. I think with the holidays and stuff, everything's consolidating and people are just kind of waiting. I still think the overall market is very bullish. I have added I've started, after seeing enough, reading this hedge fund book and seeing enough charts online of the guys that are really good, I'm starting to really study channels that I've drawn right here and longer term indicators to see what I'm doing. I'm trying to draw like longer term triangles and things maybe on the hourly chart to scoop out. I'm starting to see people do stuff like that. Like they would draw out, like I just see it with my eyes that there's kind of a wedge here forming going down a little bit, or I guess maybe a pennant, but I could draw all sorts of things, but I want to have a way more macro mindset where I'm looking at these long distance trends on a lot of these coins and trying to pick, and the hedge fund book has taught me, and it makes total common sense. You want to pick winners, they're going to be winners over the long term. Picking a game of picking pump and dump coins over and over, the statistics are just way against you, especially when everything is poised to make so much money in cryptocurrency. And also, usually the winners get stronger and the losers get weaker. I just read that in the hedge fund book. Also, Carter Thomas tweeted out something, or he had a YouTube video the other day, maybe even today, that expressed that you're going to see the top 10, top 20, those blue chip coins, the institutional investors are going to be interested in those. So those may rise whether they have the top merit to or not, just because they're the strongest and they have a track record and they're first movers. So I'm really looking at stuff like NEO, watching it closely. I own a good amount of NEO and I've been happy with it. I've been debating lately whether I want to save the gas or spend it to buy more NEO. I'm still in the boat of buying more NEO because that'll make you more gas. A lot of people think in the future that the gas, which is the NEO ecosystem fuel that is spent in transactions, that will be, as that gets less common as people spend it, it'll be more valuable than NEO itself. So there's a big debate on that, but that feels like it's so far in the future in crypto time, I can't stop to think about it. I still have my Ethereum trade going. That's my play right now as far as BitMEX and in margin trading. I did I think a 2.5 times long that I ended up actually stopping and closing out because it cut back briefly, so I cut off some profit and I was happy with that, and I reopened another long that I think is only at a 2 or 2.1, and that's probably losing a little bit right now, but that's okay. And this is the one I'm really watching. A lot of other people are watching Monero, and I don't have, if I had the money, I would play Monero also on a conservative long, like 2 times, and give it a big cushion. I think if you played it where, you put your stop maybe somewhere down here below this last bounce off point, this last support, I think you'd be good. So if I had more money, I'd look into that. I know Dash has been doing well. I know there's some other coins that have been doing pretty well in general, but I only have so much attention to give, and I'm giving it to Ethereum right now, plus all the other things I've been messing around with. So going on to the actual BitMEX. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. So down here, I love all those liquidation modals. It reminds me to be careful. Sometimes I can't even see the screen because so many people on Bitcoin Cash are getting hammered. So you can see I've lost 1.6%. I think I don't even have a stop right now. I should probably put a stop, but I don't know. I don't know where to put it. I want to give it room to breathe, and my entry point is so high. I mean, maybe I think my liquidation on this is, yeah, it's 2,991. So maybe I'll go for like 36, something like that, 3.6 million Satoshis. And this one's still small, just has I guess it's a -4. I'm just going to let it ride too. I don't think Bitcoin's in big trouble yet. I think it can come back from that. And also, it's so choppy that I don't want to just play around short term with Bitcoin right yet. I'm just not in the mood for that. I'm kind of looking to train myself to do a little bit longer plays and not just go for a half-hour trade or an hour trade, but who knows? Maybe tomorrow I'll get bored and this is such little money. I'll sell out and I'll try to make some money either shorting or longing. If we go to my account, we can see where I made some money. This was probably my best closeout, 1.1 million satoshis. So we can see I messed up here. The other day I lost 346, so I won that back. And then if we add up my two deposits here and here, that's 4 million satoshis, and now my balance is 5.5 million. So that's pretty good. I think that's like a 30% gain in my pile since I'm depositing with all my trades put together. So I want to keep going on this sort of angle, and the hedge fund book's really hammering that home. Build this pile at all costs. Do not let this pile start decreasing out of emotion or greed. Just keep increasing it and be happy with those gains. The way I think about it is this isn't just whatever this amount is. I don't even know how much this is. Maybe it's a couple $100, but what you want to concentrate on is what if this was $50,000 in here I'm playing with one day when cryptocurrency increases and I have more money to play with. I want to be as disciplined, and instead of making that 20% on, let's say $500, I'm making that 20% on 50,000. And that starts getting a lot more interesting as far as income when you can be disciplined and look for these opportunities that really seem clear as day and use your stop loss and grab that profit. So moving on to the markets, I hope Trevon James is feeling better today. I really do think he's he's a ballsy guy for what he did, getting in and out of Bitconnect that early and it working out. But sad that people get hacked. They all seem like nice guys, and they definitely have guts for investing the way they do. I like being more diversified, but man, if they can make all that, more power to them. So just looking down the list real quick, Bitcoin Cash keeps having this kind of spiking. I don't know how high it's going to go. I should probably study it more than I do. Um, Nothing else is really standing out. You know, it's Thanksgiving. It seems a little quiet, which I guess is a little expected. But maybe tomorrow will flare up when people are not around their family as much, and maybe they have the day off and they're bored and they want to go trade and be a cowboy. And then again, if we go to the gainers and losers, we'll again see I'm going to bet Power Ledger and Tyrion are probably still going to be up there as far as volume. And again, I try to look for at least a couple million volume before I start really paying attention, and maybe I'll go look at the coin. But wow, block ticks. I'm just afraid of any ticket one. It seems like there's so many ticket ones, Aventus and whatever else. Bitcoin Gold. Wow. I should pay attention to that. I've not been paying attention to Bitcoin Gold. But yeah, here's Tyrion, and I don't know. I guess where'd Power Ledger go? There we go. Yep, 76 million, 221, not bad. Yeah, so Power Ledger, Tyrion are definitely ones to watch. I guess block ticks and Bitcoin Gold are other ones. And then moving on to Chain.Group, it was lower today. I only got $151. I was expecting like 160 or 170. Again, I'm dumping this all over to Bitconnect, and see right there, I put it in the wallet, did the exchange to Bitconnect. I'm going to put it in right now, but I was expecting maybe 210, 220 today. I think I'm only at like 190, 180, which is, I think Bitconnect had another 0.5% day, which is a little bit rare. We'll see how that keeps going. I think I can put in, was it 55? 70. Yeah, 160. Oh, there was an error. I wonder why. Let's try the reinvest. There definitely is. It doesn't seem like there's that much work, but to keep up on all this stuff every single day, even though it's like each little basket is, 10 or 15 minutes, it definitely, there's a little bit of discipline involved to checking it and making sure you're always on time, always doing it. See this time if it lets me. There we go. Okay, so not as good as usual, but hopefully it keeps getting better. And then if I look at my total investments, it's about to break 5,000. My total earned is 985. So from Chain.Group, the other day there was a tweet saying that the Dragon Group is kind of cutting out. December is going to be December 20th or something like that is the last date they're going to accept any loans, and that kind of set a red flag for me for Chain.Group. So I'm shoveling money over to Bitconnect until Chain.Group is paid off. and I'm $500 paid off out of 5,000, so I probably have 27 days left before everything's shoveled over here in my plan. And my plan, I think, is in my episode 1 video or episode 2 for how to get money out as quick as possible of this lending with a good profit, and why I chose the ones I chose. Moving on to cloud mining and NiceHash, this is where you can buy hash power and pointing at mining pools that you join, and that hash power is then used with the mining pool, so you're renting hash power to mine altcoins. So this is Purecoin today. That's why I decided to mine, because it was high up on the profitability list. You can see where in the order book I am. You see all these people above me, and then you can see all the fixed people if you got a fixed price at a certain time. If we go to fixed, you can see right now 1971 is the price. So some people got a better deal earlier down here, but I think my price is pretty good. I just have to beat 1971, and you see all the people with hashing power before me. I'm towards the bottom of the order book, so I'm pretty happy. And then you can actually, once you already bid, you can go up the order book as much as you want with editing your order, but there's like an interval where you can only go down so much, and if you press that button, you go down a certain amount for each coin. It depends on the denomination. For this one, it's 0.001 or something like that, and then you have to wait 60 minutes before you can go again, or whatever this is. Is that, yeah, that's 60 minutes. So that's kind of a cool little thing, and I can watch the details of it. I think it said I have 2 hours and 4 minutes, and Purecoin was #1 on Coin Wars, and I believe that's in my Coinatron count. So 75% done, 2 hours left. And you can do stuff like you can come down here, and this is, I think, the averaged out hash rate. It's going a lot higher right now, but you can take this, you can copy this, and you can go to Coin Wars, and you can find this one's SHA-256, and you can copy it over there, and then you can calculate based on, sometimes you have to do conversions between petahash and gigahash and terahash, and you calculate, and I don't know if that number copied in there is the right one right now, but if you go in, then you can go see, oh, I would get this many coins in 24 hours. Then you see how long your contract is based on how much you paid. Let's say it's 6 hours. Well, then you can divide this by like 4, because 6 hours is 1/4 of a day. So you can do, it's like a 5-step calculation to do all this stuff. So I'm trying to learn for arbitrage. But another good reason is if there's an up and coming coin and you can buy it at a discount and stock up on it, it can be pretty lucrative. So, and mining seems like it's growing. Dragon Mint came out with a new machine. So there's all this stuff going on. So I think, again, I'm invested in a real rig too. It's not up and running yet, but it's really close. We're just putting the drivers in, and it's I think it's like a $2,500 machine, and it's going to be able to get 4. I don't know. I'll have to come back and say, but I think it's 400 mega hash, 100 per card, that we're going to point around, and we'll see how profitable we can get it with the drivers and everything. We want to do on Linux, but Linux was being a bitch. So I'll come back with that. So I'm just trying to learn this calculation process, and otherwise I'm kind of hoping and praying that the ones that are higher up on Coin Wars come profitable. And then this one is Kryptonite, that's Monero. So if I scroll down the list, I'll see myself in the order book. And this one, I think Purecoin, actually both these bids died because they're outbid, so I had to bid higher. So that's one thing you have to watch in the booking process. And you can see in the fixed one, some people got in at a better time than me, and look, they locked in prices at 3186. So I honestly don't know anything about which way this market will move, like how to predict that. So when I bought this is what I bought at, and so I can keep pressing down once every how many ever minutes or hours. And this one's tiny though; it's like 0.0001 down each time, so it barely goes down. But I'm hoping that this one's profitable. And again, I think this was like number 6 on the list, Monero, on Coin Wars last time. So hopefully, I'm trying to get these coins I think are up and comers, or at least I can get arbitrage on. So I think this one's really close. It's only an hour away from completion. And again, I can do the same thing. I could grab this and go over to Coin Wars and do all the math and stuff, but I'm not going to do that right now. But we can see here that this is Purecoin. It's mining at this rate. It has not posted what the rewards are yet, so I just have to wait. They take longer. What I just learned too is that Mining Hub posts sooner, so that's 0.21 Monero. I think I calculated I need 0.24 Monero at the end to break even. I don't know what the lag is when this is reported, but this has been the same for a while, so I'm praying that this beats 0.24 because that's my break-even point. I'd love it if it was like 0.3 and I got a good percentage profit off actually doing this. But I'm going to keep experimenting. Hopefully I don't lose too much money, but I think spending money in all this, you're going to lose some during your education unless you have a friend that's an expert. So I'm going to keep going after coins. I'd really like to try Grosso Coin and some other ones. And again, Vertcoin, I got 100% return one of my times doing it, and the next time I broke even. So I mean, who knows? Maybe it's a timing thing. I just need to learn, and hopefully the real rig I'm invested in pays off pretty well. And then on to HASHFLARE. It keeps marching along, and it's a Black Friday sale. Like I said, you can find the link in the description. And it's other margin lending pays 7% a year. This right now, I put in I think 0.028 Bitcoin to start with, and it is gonna return me 0.06. So I put in 2.8 million Satoshis, and in a year it'll return me 6.1, which is over double. So it's good because it acts as like a savings account. You can't really take it out quickly, so it makes you kind of hold on to your Bitcoin, and it grows by that much. And the way Bitcoin's going, I mean, this has just been wonderful. And the more I go up, hopefully it compounds more. It's getting close to that $1.40 or $1.50 a day I need to compound daily. Hopefully once it gets to $3 or more, it really starts growing as far as what multiple it'll give me after a year. But I hope you guys had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and as always, the rest is up to you.